I try and use my platform or developing platform to give advice, but I actually need the advice this time. How do you stop becoming performative? I know that being performative means that you have some sort of lack of self-worth, like some deep lack of self-worth or some deep need to attribute your internal self-worth to others. I know that being performative means that you're trying to gain the approval and value of someone else in order to fill your own cup. And I recognize that and I work on that. However, whilst I'm working on it, whilst I'm healing, whilst I'm pouring into myself, I feel like there's this thing which won't let me not purely do it for me. There's always at least some sort of shadow of my perception on my mind. There's always some sort of, I can see myself. Maybe it's the chronic deal of being a woman, but it's like when I cry, it's almost like I can see myself cry. It's like I'm looking at myself through the lens of someone else. I'm healing, and for example, I just wrote a book review and it made me feel sick. It made me feel sick to my stomach because I realized that I'm not doing it for me. And if I was doing it for me, then there almost seems like there's no point in doing it because what's the point in doing things if you're not going to be perceived? Being perceived, positively or negatively, seems like the whole point, and it's so deeply ingrained in myself, and I don't know how to get out of it. And nothing surface level like, I don't know, do yourself cares, pour into yourself. I've been on this journey for 3 years now, and nothing sort of surface level like that has helped or is going to help me. I need the actual deep reason. If anyone does have it, please, like, help. Because it's torture and it gives a horrible message to yourself as well to do things for someone else. And even though it's not in like entirely for someone else, even though, for example, I'm going on a walk because I want to go for a walk, then I get all these intrusive thoughts of like, oh well, what if I see this person? What if this person sees me? How do I look? How does my energy be like? How is it being read? And it's awful because when I'm talking to people, when I'm trying to enjoy myself and be interested in others, all I can think about is, are they interested in me? It's like I watch myself constantly through the eyes of people who both like me and don't like me, not even through a specific person's lens. Like, for example, I'm not walking down the street anymore thinking, oh, will my ex see me? What will my ex think of me? I'm talking to people and I'm thinking, I'm watching myself, I'm watching my body language, I'm watching how I'm perceived, how my energy reads. I'm not in my own energy. And it makes me sick because it's like I can't do things I genuinely am passionate about without thinking how they're going to be received. Even, for example, when I'm writing, I'm thinking, how's the audience going to read? But my point is, should we even not be focused on that? Because surely, what is life without other people? What is life without other people's perceptions? And when you're making art, when you're making content, and I feel like you yourself, you're a piece of art, you're almost a piece of content because you have this perception for other people. And if you're doing things, for example, and I don't know, let's say you're making a photo wall and someone comes into your room and starts asking about the photos, it gives you that sense of validation, that sense of being seen. Can we truly ever do something in order to not be seen, in order to do it for ourselves? But inadvertently, by doing that, isn't that making people want to see and perceive us more? That's my issue. That's my trap. So if anyone has any advice or any knowledge or can point me towards anywhere, I feel like I've exhausted a lot of my options, and obviously I'll keep healing it and try and reach my own conclusion. But I wanted to ask if you if you guys knew anything or have any experience.